my room. On my own, here we go. My mind is set on overdrive. The clock is laughing in my face. A crooked spine, my senses dull. I'm past the point of delirium. On my own, here we go. My eyes feel like they're gonna bleed, dried up and bulging out my skull. My mouth is dry, and my face is numb, messed up and spun out in my room. On my own, here we go.
We forgot to connect that. Duh. Silly oath. So I'll bring up some lights for you, and then we'll just ease into it. Well, I'll bring this out too.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, let me do this, and yeah, you're good to go whenever.
Cool. I hear voices in the lobby. Are they here for the show?
I can check.
Hey, lobby people. I don't know. They're probably outside. They're probably in the Oh, no, it's fine. Oh, it was the pawn shop. I just yelled at the pawn shop. I was like, "Hey, pawn shop people, show up for the show." All right. You guys, thanks for coming out. This is Letter Talk Live. My name is Lissa. I'm here to show you some sweet, sweet letters. But first of all, I always like to do a quick explanation of the show in case you have never been. So, ta-da, welcome. What the fuck is this? It's always a good question. Always got to answer it. Letter Talk is a 10-minute... I always forget to change that. It's a 10-minute podcast where I write letters to businesses, public figures, strangers, and friends. Did I just pick the wrong one? What am I doing? Like, I gotta make sure. One sec. Now I'm like, hold on. Now I'm stressed out. I'm like, did I click on the wrong? No, it's the right one. Damn. I just didn't change it again. Okay. Yeah, it's not weekly. It's like monthly. It's and you know, the last episode was not 10 minutes. It was like 25 minutes. This is a very fluid, fun podcast with no restrictions. This is just a very chill podcast. It just is what it is, man. It just goes where it wants to go. That's what I meant to write. But Alyssa, can we laugh? I put this in here because I know that it sometimes has a very library-esque vibe because it's me writing letters, and I get that, so I always want to specify that yes, most definitely, you can definitely laugh. I would actually make a please laugh sign if I could, but I think it would be disastrous. It would be really, really awful. Well, no, I know. I feel like people would laugh, but like the clap sign has been an innovation that's changed the world. Let me tell you. And people really clap when you give them a sign that says clap. So I worry that with a please laugh sign, it would just get out of control. And my example is here. It makes me think of, I used to know a guy who would fake laugh to make comedians feel better. And it was the saddest shit I'd ever heard in my life. it was like, well, and he'd do it when nobody else would laugh, which when nobody else laughs, it means that person needs to work on that joke or they need to not do it. Instead, it was just like a joke would fall flat and then you'd hear him in the background going, ha, 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 ha. That's awful. That's real sad. Anyway, I'm worried that if the please laugh sign happened, that's what would happen, and that is a fate worse than death. But Alyssa, can we clap? Oh, hell yeah, you can clap. You can also cheer. You can also jeer. You can also chortle if you want to. And because of that, here's the famous clap sign if we want to test it out. So here we go. Please clap. See? Yeah. You guys are great at that. Everyone's great at that already. And yes, that was a picture of Jeb Bush. If you guys don't know this, Jeb is actually not his first name. It stands for John Bon Jovi Bush. J-E-B, John Bon Jovi Bush. It's like a dash E, like Wally. It's like, that's how it's set up. So what else can we do? You can ask a question if you want. This is the first time I'm doing this. I think the internet can see it too. So, oh, it's Bob. Hey, Bob. Welcome. Yeah, this is Bob. Welcome to the show, Bob. I'm leaving the questions on. I'm not going to answer all the questions all the time, but if you have any, you could text them to me if you want. That goes for the internet too, but I'm very suspicious of all this because people on the internet are fucking mean. Not anyone who'd watch Stab, but maybe if they shared a link with someone who's not cool, I don't know. So if it gets too rowdy, I might just turn it off. So that explained that. You can also use the bathrooms, like what Bob's doing. You can also buy a beer and or snacks and support Stab. Yay, let's clap for Stab. Woohoo, Stab. God, you guys clap without even the sign. That's great. And a lot of people ask me this, do you really write to everyone? And yeah, I sure do. Sometimes I get responses. I'm not gonna lie, it's honestly pretty rare. But sometimes when I'll get responses. Other times I'll get form letters, like when Ford told me they couldn't take my idea. My idea was to give away jorts with every purchase of a truck during truck month, because what's more American than trucks? Jorts. Didn't take my idea. They sent me a form that said that if I wanted to submit ideas, I had to submit it to they outsourced a company to collect ideas for them, which is terrifying. So I'm going to have to I have to forward the letter. There's a lot of paperwork involved in this show, is what I'm saying. Or the other time, the patent office, I sent a letter to the patent office. I was asking them why they haven't approved Domino's patent for the pizza tracker yet. And they didn't answer any of my questions, but they sent me a booklet about how to file a patent. So at some point, I think I'm going to have to patent this show. Like, yeah, it's, sometimes, when the going gets tough, the tough have to file a patent on their comedy show. That's what I'm saying. And will you write to me? And of course, I love writing letters, clearly. I put a whole show together about it. There's a form at lettertalkpodcast.com if you want to get a letter. You can also just send me mail, because I realize that my website says it's unsecure, so I could see why I have to update the theme, or it's very hackable right now, and I shouldn't be saying that on the internet, but but I guess you can hack it, so I gotta fix that. So if you want, just snail mail. No one can hack that. My website's run by that app that runs the Iowa caucus. So whoops. So yeah, you can write me letters if you want. The address is on the website too, but I'm at 5716 Folsom Boulevard, number 177, Sacramento, California 95819. Yes, that's the UPS store next to the Petco. That was a surprise. That was a response about Petco I did not expect. You can even enter the address of your enemies to my unsecure website, and I will write them an unsecure letter. Won't even seal it. I'll just be like, you want to fucking try me? You can. And with that, I put a clap sign here, but we're not. Well, thank you. That's very kind. I just realized the timing was weird. I should have done it the other way. So let's get this shit started. Letter writing is a dying art. With the advent of social networking, text messaging, and ignoring your problems and loved ones, nobody writes letters anymore. Well, I'm here to push against the trend, to be like the person who buys cursed items at antique stores instead of getting cursed items off Craigslist. I'm just one stupid person who writes letters to anyone about anything, and I'd be honored to write one to you. My name is Alyssa, and this is Letter Talk. Oh, thank you. Oh, hey, welcome. So I'm super excited. We have a brand new sponsor for the show. So I'm just gonna start off with a quick word from our sponsor before we get into everything. America's facing some of the toughest challenges it's ever seen. Healthcare, the climate crisis, international tension, gun control. The guys. And what do you need when you're facing these challenges? Hella money. Money. Just hella money. That's what you need. Do you see any of these dumb fucking clowns in the race with stacks and stacks of cash? Do you think Amy Klobuchar can swim in a bathtub full of money? And sure, Mayor Pete has fundraisers and wine caves, but does he even own a wine cave? No and no. America today was built on buying stupid shit. So why not nominate the candidate who can buy the most stupid shit? The candidate with the most wine caves and has a bathtub filled with money. And even the bathtub itself is made of money. And the servants who clean the bathroom wear outfits of $100 bills stitched together. Mike Bloomberg is the only candidate that owns several wine caves and has a bathtub of money that's made of money that an attendant wearing money cleans. Ah, we love that smell. The smell of money and freedom. That's the smell of America. The smell of America. This primary season, vote for Mike Bloomberg. Mike Bloomberg. He's America's sugar daddy.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Super happy to have him on board. He paid me $500,000 cash for that advertisement at this small podcast, and this is going to be the only podcast that has a bathtub made out of money. So, try to fuck with me now, Bernie. Just kidding. People are going to go out thinking I'm real hardcore Mike Bloomberg now. Fuck it, man. Buy the election. Do whatever you want, bro. Let's get wild.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Man, fuck yeah, getting wild.
I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message.
Getting all the billionaire fucking swag. Sorry, usually the show isn't that, Well, no, it is political. I normally don't say the F word as much. I have to cut it out in case my mom listens. All right, this next letter is to Cookie Crisp. Dear Cookie Crisp, hi, my name is Alyssa. I wanted to write you a letter because one of my friends asked me to. It was my friend Dan. He literally said, and I quote, Please write a letter to the people who make Cookie Crisp asking them to return the recipe they used when I was a kid, or I'm literally going to have to just eat a bowl of cookies. That is an actual email Dan sent me. At first, I had no idea what the hell he was talking about because I had forgotten Cookie Crisp was a thing. Honestly, growing up, my house had 2 cereals, Corn Pops for me and Kix for my sister. Every once in a while, Fruit Loops if we're getting crazy. What was befuddling about Dan's request is that even when I was a child, it seemed like eating cereal was basically like eating a bowl of cookies. Like, isn't it just hella sugar and milk? Or if anything, he's already doing the thing that he's threatened to do if he's eating cereal right now, right? That's like screaming at That's like screaming at police negotiators, "Give in to my demands or I'll jump," as you're jumping off the building. Like, are they supposed to give in to your demands even though you already did the thing? This is most definitely a timing issue as well as a semantic issue. But that's beside the point. I was researching Cookie Crisp to make sure that I could get the most well-informed, to make sure I could make the most well-informed letter on behalf of my friend. And I learned that since 1997, Cookie Crisp has been owned by General Mills. After they required it, they changed the recipe, which explains why Dan's experience with the cereal is much different than it used to be. But what I found concerning is that it was previously owned by Ralston Purina, which I immediately recognized as the people who made Purina dog food. You guys knew about that already? Oh my God. Did you eat Cookie Crisp as a kid? Oh, hot damn. Oh man, get wild. It made me start to wonder if, as a child, if Dan was basically eating a dog food recipe, which is bananas, because I don't even feed my dog Purina dog food. I can't imagine feeding a child Purina Cookie Crisps. No offense. Is there a way you can pass this on to your Cookie Crisp archivist so they can tell me if they were technically making a dog food children's cereal? It's starting to stress me out because I'm wondering if I have to tell my friend that the reason the recipes are so vastly different is because one of them was basically a dog's interpretation of cookies in a bowl. Well, I don't know if they employed like dog taste testers. Like when you make a cereal, you ask kids if it tastes good. I assume if you make a dog cookie cereal, you ask the dogs. You ask the dogs if it tastes good. And honestly, I'm not surprised that Ralston Purina used to make cereal too, because every time I feed my dog, it feels like I'm just pouring her stinky salmon-flavored cereal to eat without milk like a fucking maniac would. So even though he wanted me to ask you to use the old recipe for Cookie Crisps, what I actually want to ask you is if you have any tips on the best way to tell my friend that he ate dog food as a child. I'm sure you have this question come up all the time, which is wild because it wasn't even in your facts. FAQs. I have some ideas on what might be good ways to tell him, but I just want to get your feedback, Cookie Crisp. So here are some ideas. I could put it on a podcast that the entire internet has access to and just hope he listens to an episode. Maybe send him a link. I could sit him down and be like, dude, we gotta talk. You ate dog food as a kid. I could write him a letter or a postcard. Or maybe I could hire a skywriter to write it in the air and then hire another person to knock on his apartment door, tell him to come outside and then look at the skywriting and then ask him about it. I hear your silence and I know this plan seems flawed because if a stranger knocks on my door and asks me to come outside, I would assume they're either robbing me, trying to convert me to a religion, or trying to get me to vote for someone.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Perhaps a very interesting person is trying to do all three. I look forward to any guidance you have on this matter. Keep it crispy, Alyssa. Oops. Thank you very much. This next one is, so this is interesting. I got a greeting card from Chewy.com. Like, it was for the holidays. You could see like it up there. You could see it up here. It's like they sent me like a card, and it's handwritten with someone who wrote it had very like, it's like nice handwriting, but I'm like, it looks like they could have been like really old. I don't know. I feel bad saying that, but it says, hope you unwrap. Ooh. I hope you unwrap lots of holiday cheer and have a joyous start to your new year with your pet family. Thanks for allowing us to spread joy to your furry loved ones. Warmest wishes and wet kisses, your Chewy family. Which I thought was a little jarring because the only thing I ordered from them was a muzzle one time. And it was because my dog was eating things off of the street. So I'm like, it was cool to get a nice like note from them that was handwritten. So I really appreciate that from Chewy. I wrote them a postcard back. The front looks like this. It's got a cartoon lady at a self-checkout, and the flag on the self-checkout says, "Not in the mood for human interaction" line. Hey, those New Yorker cards, right? And the back says, "Hi, folks at Chewy. Thanks again for your holiday greeting card. It was unexpected since I don't normally expect greeting cards from pet supply retailers. Anyway, can you make any suggestions on what your finest cereal is? I'm getting a gift for my friend Dan." Cheers. Thanks. All right, this next letter is to Dr. Francis International. And I guess before I go into it, I found out about them because I saw this advertisement on Google. It says, "Have you been cursed? Need to overcome a curse? Cursing has existed for a long time. Evil people curse others all the time. Get curse help. Dr. Francis has curse spells to help regain your life. Act now before it's too late. Call. Get back ex-boyfriend now. Get back ex guaranteed. Get Wiccan spells. Protection spell, 24 hours. And it says affordable services, effective results, $299. And I was like, $299? That's pretty affordable. So I clicked on this. I went to their website, and I found some information. So I wrote Dr. Francis International a letter. And it says, "Dear Dr. Francis International, I found your website while I was doing a Google search. Yours came up as a sponsored ad, so I clicked. Yikes, I hope it didn't cost you too much money for that click. I saw that you can do spells, psychic readings, and most importantly, curse removal." Why was that so hard to say? "And curse removal, all for the low, low price of $299 USA for any service," which sounds like a bargain to me. There's a concept in behavioral economics called anchoring. It's where the first price you see of something is what you assume to be the correct price for something, merely because you have nothing to compare it to. So now that the first curse removal I've seen is $299, I'm going to assume it's a great deal. Oops. I was trying to hit air horn. I hit rim shot and was like, oh no, a rim shot's going to hit. And then I wasn't trying to embarrass myself. Oh no, it's the curse. I'm particularly interested in your instructions for removing a curse. Okay, this is the page that I found. It says, and I quote, okay, so this is all, I'm going to need some curse removal music. "What you will need for the spell to get rid of a curse: a much shorter black candlelight, spring water, a black bowl. How to get rid of a curse: fill the bowl with salt and let it stand overnight. In the morning, wash it as usual." Okay, you think I wash all my bowls every morning? Dog, the only thing I wash every morning is my bowels, right? Y'all shit in the morning? Hell yeah. Place the candle into the black bowl. Fix the candlelight to the bowl using the wax drippings from the candlelight so that it stands alone. Fill the bowl to the brim with fresh water without moistening the wick. As the candlelight burns down, it will sputter and head out as it touches the water. As the water extinguishes, the spell is broken. Finally, dig a hole in the ground. Put the water into it, and after that, bury the candle. Okay, I have a few questions about when am I supposed to light the candle? Before I put it in the candle bowl? Or afterwards? Days before? Like, am I supposed to light it when I'm doing my normal morning bowl washings? Also, when I bury the candle, is there any specific place it needs to be buried? I ask because I'm a renter, so I don't think I can just go around burying candles. I reread my lease, and there's no specific instructions on where to bury candles on the property. It would be great if you could respond about this, because if I had to add some information about where I can bury candles used in curse cleaning ceremonies, then I probably have to sign a new lease, and I just got on month to month. So I'm not crazy about having to do that again. Also, you specified a much shorter black candlelight. Shorter than what? Like, every candle I've owned has been shorter than something else, so I don't know if any of them can work. I'm starting to see why on the website you say, if you're not 100% positive to do it yourself, then Dr. Francis will help you. I feel like you're just leaving out just enough information for me to have to pay you $299 to help me with this curse, which honestly, due to anchoring bias, sounds like an incredibly great opportunity. Another really striking thing I read on the page is numerous specials think that getting rid of a curse is as easy as not choosing to have a belief in the curse. It is the belief in your own death and in the power of somebody else's desires for you that is so damaging. And that also sounds convincing, but also numerous specialists is kind of vague. Would you be able to put me in contact with some of them? Okay. So all the phrasing here sounds like it's to remove a curse on a person, okay? I'm actually asking about these because I don't want to remove a curse on a person. I want to remove a curse on the Hope Diamond. And I'm sure you've heard about that curse. Like, what curse expert hasn't heard of the Hope Diamond curse? But if you haven't, it's basically said to be cursed because many of the owners and wearers have had bad things happen to them, and also because it was stolen so many times. I honestly didn't know that, things that have been stolen are cursed. I didn't know that, and now I'll never walk into a pawn shop ever again. Sorry, next door neighbors. So back when I lived in Washington, D.C., my sister Amy and her boyfriend John came to visit me, and we went to the Smithsonian. Yeah, we got Smithsonian fans in the house. Yeah, we did. We went to go see the Hope Diamond. When we saw it, there were hella people taking pictures of the Hope Diamond with their phone. But I knew it was cursed. John pulled out his phone to take a picture. And I said, "Don't take a picture. That diamond is cursed." And he held up his phone and just looked at me. And then Amy said, "John, don't take the picture. It's cursed." So John put his phone away, and so did many other people who were staring at it. So I want to get the curse removed from the Hope Diamond so that John and all the other nice people who witnessed my bizarre outburst can finally go back to the Smithsonian and take a picture of the Hope Diamond. Even though there are plenty of pictures of the Hope Diamond on the internet to choose from. So, Dr. Francis, I would really appreciate it if you could help me with this dilemma. Also, I had a middle school teacher named Mr. Francis. Are you just him with more education? If so, good to talk to you again. Keep on trucking, Alyssa. I have a picture of the Hope Diamond right here if you guys have never seen it. There's a close-up if you need it. And that's how I know it's cursed. Look at its fucking face. Oh, this poor bow tie. It's also cursed. And for this next, we actually have another a nice little ad read that I'm gonna need my. That was real discreet.
Super discreet.
Yep.
Hi, parents. Start there?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. Hi, parents. I'm Pat Sajak. Are your children eating breakfast cereals every day? Well, I'm here to let you know that some cereal might actually be dog food. That's why we want to tell parents to always check your cereal boxes. Make sure it's not dog food. Unless, of course, that's what you wanted. The more you know. Oh, wait. What was I not supposed... Was I not supposed to... Okay. Ooh. It's title. Right. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. We had to keep Pat Sajak behind the curtain because he's feeling under the weather today. But yeah, this picture is great. Anyway, this is a card I wrote to a congressman from Oklahoma named Frank Lucas. He looks like that. That's what his website looks like. Frank Lucas proudly represents Oklahoma's 3rd district, in case you couldn't see that. So, dear Congressman Frank Lucas, who proudly represents Oklahoma's 3rd district. On your website, you link to the Smithsonian website under suggestions for when constituents visit Washington, D.C., but you forgot to advise them to not take a picture of the Hope Diamond. It's cursed. Please add the change so you don't end up with a bunch of accursed constituents in your state. Yours in a caution, Alyssa. Oh, man. This next part of the show gets mad wild. I'm super pumped about it. I might not have enough clap signs for this next part. But also, I really want to just take a look at this picture. Like, just... This... I don't know if you guys noticed this part. That he's... This is what your face looks like when you hang loose. This is him being loose. Like... He looks like someone murdered his whole family.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I wasn't offended. He totally said I could say all of that this whole time. And you know who else said I could say that, whatever I wanted?
I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message.
He said it was cool. They all said it was cool. But for real, though, like, you're meeting Spider-Man. How come you're not, like, more excited about that? Like, what? I'd be so pumped to meet Spider-Man. So I was doing a lot of research for the show, and I actually put together a guide that I think might be helpful to everyone in the Letter Talk community. Letterheads is what they were called before. Someone called them letterheads. I don't remember who, but I guess that's apt. I don't know. But this is called Letter Talk Presents A Guide to Not Getting Cursed. First of all, what is a curse? It's what you deserve. Sometimes. That was rude of me. It's also a way to describe this bow tie image. If you see any inanimate object that has that face, run. Just run away. It's awful. Terrifying. It's a curse is when someone wishes you harm, and it's both magically and legally binding. Say it's legally binding because, have you ever tried to bring a curse to court? You can't. It's not going to work. They're going to throw it out because the judge is going to look at it and they're going to be like, I can't work on this case. It's cursed. I don't want to be cursed. You can't. It also means when you say poopy words. You might ask, Alyssa, why would someone curse me? Well, there are plenty of reasons someone might curse you. They might curse you for stealing a lover. That one's for you basic ass bitches. Why's everything gotta be about stolen lovers? Figured I'd just get that one out of the way right quick.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
I'm going to use these in my stand-up normally. Like, if my set starts to take a shit anywhere I do comedy, I'm just going to I'm like, well, these guys like it.
I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message.
What I'm doing is probably illegal, and it's all on videotape now. So, and then they're going to try to fucking arrest me, and I'm going to be like, you can't arrest me, I'm cursed. You don't want to get the curse on you. You won't arrest me. Another reason someone might curse you, if you were rude. Like, don't be rude. They might be cursing you out of spite. But really, who knows why we do the things we do? Am I right, guys? Yeah. But there's still plenty of reasons someone might curse you. They might be cursing you out of convenience. You know, they're like, I could curse my mom, but she lives all the way in Florida. I guess I'll just curse my coworkers, right? Sometimes it's a curse of convenience, you know. You make friends out of convenience, you can curse people out of convenience as well. Someone might curse you out of customer service. Like, someone paid them to curse you, and they were just fulfilling their duty. Like Dr. Francis International, I don't know if they remove curses. I don't know if they also cast them. If they cast them, it's probably only $299, which I've never purchased a curse before, but because of price anchoring, I think it actually might be a pretty good deal to $225? $250. Oh my god. Well, I'm still price anchored at $299, but it was, you know, we can negotiate. Another reason someone might curse you is costumer service. If a costumer paid them. Like, if someone's like, I work on the set of Cats, can you curse someone? That's costumer service. They might also curse you if you did something bad to them, of course. Another reason, you took a picture of them when they didn't want you to take a picture and they happened to be cursed. Now, why wouldn't someone curse me? I'm just noticing that typo. Perfect time for that. There's plenty of reasons why someone might not curse you. Cursing in this economy, $299. That's so much. Okay. Hope Diamond. How cursed is it? That's the Hope Diamond. It's hella cursed. Oh, it's hella big too. This ain't no small curse rodeo, let me tell you. I put this picture of the Hope Diamond in my PowerPoint, and now my PowerPoint is cursed. Just want to let you guys know, full disclosure. So what all happened to the people who own the Hope Diamond? Everyone who has ever owned the Hope Diamond that's not in the Smithsonian is now dead. From old age, or they are not dead. I have a pretty extensive list of bad things that have happened to previous owners of the Hope Diamond. One of the people you might know, it's household name, Evelyn Walsh McLean. She used to live in the Walsh Castle, which I think now is the embassy for Thailand or Vietnam. Evelyn Walsh McLean, her husband went insane. He died early and in a mental institution. Her young son was ran over by a car and he died. Also, he was named after his uncle who died in a car crash at 17. So maybe his name is cursed. I don't remember his name is. Now I feel bad. Her daughter committed suicide, and she was cursed to spell Evelyn very strangely. So that's all bummers. King Louis the 16th, the XVI, and Marie Antoinette, they own the Hope Diamond. Y'all know what happened to them. They both got guillotined, and they had to give up their cakes. I don't know the story. I didn't see any of the movies. Other bad things. Mike Bloomberg, he's owned the Hope Diamond. I don't know if you guys have known that. You need proof.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Yeah, and here's why you don't know about it, is he had to own the Hope Diamond in secret, which is the worst thing you can do to a rich person, make it so they can't tell someone about how rich they are. So he was cursed, so he got forced to buy an election. And now his bow tie is incredibly cursed, and it talks to him all day. So how can I avoid getting cursed, is what you guys might say. Well, bow tie's got some pretty good things to say about it. Here's some excellent ways to not get cursed. You can never leave the house, ever. How's the curse going to get to you unless it's inside the house? Which means don't bring the Hope Diamond into your house, or don't live in the Smithsonian. Both easy things to do, right? You could never make a mistake. Don't own jewelry. It seems cursed. I mean, stay away from people who look like they're conjuring something. If you see someone who does this with their hands, don't get out of there. You got to get out of there. You don't know what they're conjuring. No eye contact, just in general. Also, never buy cursed items. Always check for curses when you purchase them. When you're at the Target, make sure you're just like, none of these items are cursed, right? This is also, you can also do this at an antique store. You can you can type, Amazon customer service is usually pretty good. You can just email them about it, or you can ask a question to everyone else. Be like, hey, I really wanted to buy this light, this night light. Is it cursed? And then someone will, hop in and tell you or not. If you suspect an item is cursed, have someone else take a picture of it and send it to Dr. Francis of Dr. Francis International to check. And I really have to stress that have someone else take a picture of it. And only have someone you don't like take the picture as a precaution in case the item is cursed and their picture, and then their phone's cursed. This is great. If you're rich, you can use a bodyguard. Tom Steyer has his bodyguard take pictures of all of his possible cursed items. Another idea is you can also take out curse insurance if your work offers it. If your work doesn't offer curse insurance, you should strongly consider quitting to find a job that will provide you with standard benefits. And if you don't want to do that, you can always check with your insurance broker for private curse insurance. And these are all the ways I've found in research. Just want to clear it up. Any questions? Any questions about curses, preventing them? Any questions about Dr. Francis International before we get out of here? Okay. Excellent. That's the end of that. All right, guys. So thanks for coming out here. I'll play some end theme music. Thanks for coming out to the show. You can find this at lettertalkpodcast.com, where I'm here every third Saturday at 7 p.m. If you like the show, tell a friend about it. You can also subscribe to the show online. You'll get all of them on your feed. There are stickers out front. And if you sign up for the monthly email list, I send out a blast usually before the show, and you can spam me and I'll put you on the guest list. And like I said, subscribe to the podcast if you like it. Thanks again for coming, everybody. That's all for the show. Thanks. Oh, stick around for Don't stick around for Jeb Bush. Stick around for Must Love Digimon. They're up next, and then Imaginary People, really great improv, and then there's an improv jam at 10 o'clock if you wanted to hang out. But I shall now release you into the lobby to live your lives. Thanks again for coming, guys. Have a good night.